In the NBA, big men have had an incredible story. Nowadays, the NBA is a guard-driven league, but back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even 2000s, the NBA was run by big men. If you were a big man, your task was to be the best player on your team and be a superstar player. I can think of many examples of this. Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, you get the idea. But unfortunately for power forwards and centers, there was this time period when a player who was a point guard shot threes from about 35 feet out and made this position extinct for a while. And yes, what I'm referring to is Steph Curry. But once Stephen Curry became an absolute ball wizard and was shooting half-court shots pretty much gamely, the big man position went extinct because big men were not exactly as well suited for this. During Curry's reign, there was a time period from like 2012 to 2017 when big men went absolutely extinct. In fact, some of the best big men in the league back then were considered as Dwight Howard, Brook Lopez, Roy Hibbert, and Marc Gasol. In fact, at one point, it got so bad that Roy Hibbert was considered an all-star after averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds. Insane. But ever since the Warriors dynasty ended, centers have been back better than ever. And how, will you may ask, how centers are back? Well, they developed guard skills. You see, the center position evolved. Nikola Jokic is able to handle the rock in the open floor, and he's also able to manipulate his defenders and score at will from all three levels, and has developed a jump shot like a lot of the other centers in the league, which earned him an NBA MVP last season for his unique play as a player from Serbia. Or in Joel Embiid's case, he found a way to score the basketball at will while also becoming adaptive to the new game and driving to the basket. His shot from the perimeter has always looked smooth because he probably studied a lot of what guards do since guards were taking over the league. Joel Embiid is the second best center in the league because of all his perimeter player skills. He's figured out a way to play perimeter player when he is actually a center. Jokic has become the best big man passer ever, but Cat has figured out a way to become the best big man three-point shooter. He won the NBA three-point contest this last season, and like the other two guys I mentioned, he found a way to score from the perimeter with ease without having trouble. All Cat really needs to improve on is actually being a traditional center and scoring from the paint, because sometimes he shoots a little too many threes. Not taking anything away from him though, one of the most transcendent centers in the league. Like Jokic, Domantas Sabonis is one of the best passing big men in the league ever, averaging 5 assists per game with the Sacramento Kings. But he doesn't just pass, he can also score as well at will. He has one of the best three-point jumpers in the league for a center, and 19 points and 12 rebounds per game. An all-around big man that has all the skills of every position. He's kind of like a positionless basketball player. I think we can even all consider Giannis a big, even though he kind of plays a position where he doesn't exactly have a position, but he still has a lot of guard skills that he uses for as a 6'11" power forward. I mean, he can hit threes, he's a great shooter, and he also blocks a lot of shots. He's definitely improved his jumper this season. So the top 3 big men in the league, Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic, are leading the NBA MVP race right now, which just shows how much those guys have improved the big position. In the last 3 years in the NBA alone, Giannis won the 2019 NBA MVP, won the 2020 NBA MVP, and then won a championship in 2021. Jokic and Gobert have also led their teams to tremendous success, But more Jokic. Jokic won the NBA MVP last season. But both teams have led their teams to the biggest stage of basketball, the NBA playoffs, for the past 3 or 4 years. Both being the top 1 or 2 players on their team, depending on how you look at it with Gobert. The point is, the big man position in the NBA is back, and everybody should be happy about that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Click subscribe, turn notifications on, like, share, comment, all the good stuff. And as always, I'm your boy Hyper Hooper Basketball, and we're out.